All right, all right, all right. Mic check, mic check. I see my bubble movement. Let's go. Uh, y'all know who it is. It is me, unapologetically QI, and this is going to be a very quick, unapologetic live. Just like the character from the movie Django, Samuel L. Jackson, I've been seeing a bunch of those critters running around here, whether it comes to the Carmela Anthony case, but particularly in the B sector. I've been seeing people who would denounce who they are, denounce themselves, denounce every epitome of them to go along, to get along, because they're pick me's and think that, uh, the system is going to choose them, right? The system is going to choose them. So let's get started. Y'all know I've been talking about for about 2 years now, right? Through 2, 3, the manosphere. All right. So, you know, here recently I found out the manosphere was the same thing as MAGA. Most of the meaning that MAGA is heavily involved in the manosphere. Okay. The red pill, blue pill, all of that stuff, right? And that's why they were acting so bougie. I didn't know it at the time, but that's why they were acting so bougie. You know, and which, no black person should ever act bougie. No black person should to have, like, when they talk about the have and the have nots, when they're around here calling people bums and stuff like that, they have denounced themselves. They have forgotten who they are. They're over there with who can I what they over there trying to get picked by somebody who don't ever want to like them, right? Nick Fuentes told y'all he's tired of them. Nick Fuentes said out of his own mouth that he was tired of Sambos. He said he's tired of y'all. He about to get rid of y'all. He has used y'all all he can. All that he can. Because you were a part of the Project 2025 as well. You were a part of that, right? Deportation wasn't for just, that's why they talk about naturalization, birthright, citizenship, naturalization. That's why I told y'all to get out here and vote for your best interest. But some of y'all was out here talking about don't vote and all of that. Well, y'all better start getting registered for jury, like we found out was very important. Not found out, not for me. But I'm just saying, like, a lot of y'all should have learned from the Carmela Anthony situation that jury duty is important. In order to get on jury duty, you have to be registered to vote. In order to get the appropriate judges, the appropriate DAs for you criminals, to get the appropriate, people in place for your best interest, you got to get out there and vote for it. Voting is your voice. Voting is your choice. Excuse me. Excuse me. But I didn't mean to say it that rough. But yeah. So you have to participate. You have to be willing to step up and go when something is not right, or when you feel like we have needs. You have to be able to go meet at the table with these people and tell them these are our needs on a local level first. So y'all need to get out there and vote locally. And, when it comes down to the executive chief and order, the administration, I mean, at least if you're going to have a Republican administration, you don't need the same people in power. You need a Democratic House. So let's get this house. This year we've had Republicans in complete control, and you see how it goes, right? Y'all seeing how this stuff goes, right? Then I go over to other communities and there they are again. So like I'm not no longer holding my tongue when it comes down to stuff because I see how detrimental it is. I was trying to be polite during the last election. I was like, y'all need to read Project 2025, you know, and all of that kind of stuff. And then then I mean it was just sad last election. You got people telling people not to vote. Now I know these people work for people. These are COINTELPRO sellouts. And they're doing it on all levels. Because right now, they are out there trying to paint with the Carmelo Anthony case is clear. And with a lot of other situations, especially with the child situation, they are trying to paint you people, us, but they not me. But yeah, me. I'm included. But they're trying to paint Black people as violent, as not intelligent, as not responsible, as a waste of time, a waste of space. Because they want to deport you first of all, and before they deport you, they're gonna house everybody they can inside of those prisons for sweat equity, which is free labor. Free labor. They said the only way back to slavery, according to the I can't remember 14, 15, 16 amendment. You 3/5 of him is through crime, through the law. My bad, y'all. My bad. But y'all know what I'm talking about. And there you go. So basically, people are, and then here we are in the B sector where we're urging people to fight. We're urging people to argue. We're urging people to be angry. We're urging people to fulfill the stereotypes that they already feel that we are. We're urging them to look ignorant. We're urging them to look like thieves. We're urging them to look like scammers. Because a lot of the people who be cash apping y'all and stuff like that are those people. I wondered why Resto and them want to come over here, right? And then not just even Resto and them, right? I wondered why a lot of these straight men and stuff were trying to come over here. I'm like, why are y'all trying to come over here if, like this the LGBT community? Now, Pizza gonna say, oh, it ain't y'all's by yourselves. It's our safe space. That's the point. The point is you don't have the right to invite people in that harass us, discriminate on us, trying to take over our stuff. That's the point. The point is you don't have the right to make that decision. The point is you are wrong. You're a traitor to the B sector if you do so. So a lot of these people are openly in our face trading to the B sector. So we're seeing all of these people who are not loyal to the B sector. That's why I said when they were getting ready to start that new sector, I was like, go ahead. We want y'all to, so we can restart the B sector. We can make the B sector LGBTQIA friendly space. Now, we might not always act right towards each other, whatever. We got a lot of issues that we have to work out within our community as well. But at least it was familiar things. At least it was familiar. Something that we are sort of accustomed to dealing with. And not only like pizza, but Lemon, right? Okay, so Lemon is the one that's ushering them in. Go here, go there, go here, go there. And every time you look around, he's attacking somebody in the community. He was attacking us lesbians, right? Us, YouTube, us lesbians. Calling us derogatory names. Utter disrespect. Utter disrespect. And then you can see how friendly he is towards men, how forgivable, forbearing he is towards men. He puts on that little act, but then they friendly, they love each other and all of that stuff. It's a whole big sausage party around here. Whole big sausage party. sword fighting and stuff during slumber parties. But anyways, um and not just him being friendly and more tolerable or whatever he is, like because he's blatantly disrespectful towards women, down to because he only wants women's money. He only wants women to run out there and be dummies, to be climbing up mammy mountains like they do. And it's a shame to see how many weak-minded, insecure, pick me, none, pick me type women are out here that basically put men in front of themselves. Then they be the main ones talking about women put men in front of their children. But I mean, right now, like, and then you're choosing to go out here and fight for somebody. You're not fighting for Carmela Anthony, that was a 3.7 GPA high school student that was going to college, that wanted to be an attorney, that never been in any trouble in his life, that was captain of his football team, that was captain of the track team, that saved a mother and child's life. You're not fighting for that young man. You're fighting for somebody that's 40 years old, lives at home with his mom, disrespects women, uses women for money, basically exploiting women and exploiting the entire LGBTQIA community for content, for his monetary gain, and all of the other men of the Manosphere MAGA, black conservative sausage party. Because that's what MAGA and the not black Republic, that's what MAGA and the Republicans are against. They're against the LGBTQIA community, specifically the trans. Trans sports, trans going in restrooms and all of that. That's why, like, I wish these trans would get it together and stop a lot of this stuff, because it makes us, the entire community, look bad. I don't know why y'all acting out here, acting like y'all super entitled or whatever. I don't know what y'all need to do, or I don't know if we need to dump y'all off the letter list, because it's not all of us out here acting like that. I don't know what we need to do. We try to give you love, we try to give you support, we try to give you protection. But then in plain sight, I'm seeing how a lot of y'all act. And that makes the world not like the whole community, when it's just y'all. It's just y'all primarily. And I hate to have to say that. I hate to have to say that. As well, they don't necessarily care, like, basically they don't care for them. But then, it's like the agenda is against the community, because they want they Christians, they're radical Christians, radical Christians. A lot of y'all fall in place still thinking that includes you. That does not include you. Project 2025 does not include black people or black or brown people. And then y'all have been out here helping to create divide and conquer against black and brown people, against allies. Y'all can't stand by yourself. And then a lot of y'all are not even standing. A lot of y'all are laying down, sitting down, bending over, stooping over, jumping over for, or to be picked by somebody who's never gonna like you, never gonna pick you. They're just gonna use you until you're no more usable. You're a tool. You're a token. Okay? And it just shows us how you feel about yourself. Y'all, like, think about the story of Sojourner Truth. You know how she said, I tried to, save them all, but, sometimes you can't save them. How she had to have a GUN for her some of her own people. This is who she's talking about. These Samuel L. Jackson type characters from the movie Django. But anyways, let me get right back into it, because I got some stuff to do. So I was trying to make this real quick. But Manosphere, MAGA, Black conservatives, Black Republicans, they're all meshed together. They're all in the same. Because, Tommy Sotomayor Meyer was MAGA, Manosphere. So, there you go. Anyways, and, they've been running out here doing all kinds of stuff when it comes down to Carmelo, because it just doesn't make no sense that, okay, somebody put their hands on you. Two big boys put their hands on you. So that right there is out proportionate. Then you see all the foul play in the trial, from the jury to the suppressing evidence to the ineffective counsel. And then you got Black people coming out here. Black people with children. Black people with children running out here advocating for Carmelo to not get justice, to not have a fair trial. Because a lot of us, when they go, then they're out here talking about pro-blacks, right? They're calling if you stand with Carmelo, they calling you a pro-black. I'm not. I came from the conscious community. I told y'all already. I wasn't a pro-black in the conscious community. Now I do care about my people. I'm black. I'm not. I don't dislike any other race of people. I judge people on an individual basis. And basically, I look at the system, because everybody has a right to think and feel and like and dislike who they want to. But the system does not. We all need equality and justice when it comes down to the system. And that's what I look at. And that's why I'm having this conversation right now. The system in place. Like this just judicial system with Carmelo Anthony. That is what I made my judgment off of. Not the skin tone. Because I do believe if the shoe was on the other foot, I would be looking at it the same way. I have spoken up about black on black crime. I don't like it. Don't like it. The same. If you're wrong, you're wrong. You're right, you're right. This is about right and wrong, not the color of your skin or your race. And it's like, why? Like I said, why are all these straight men wanting to be in the beef sector? The money, the pocketbooks. And then they're going to try to convince y'all to for election, because we're halfway there. They're going to try to convince more people to go against themselves for the next upcoming election. But like in the situation with Trip, Lemon Lies, right? First of all, y'all got to remember that lemon, and let me repeat it. Remember this, because I'm going to do these point by point, because y'all seem delusional when it comes out here. Then to see all these lemonettes, and when I say lemonettes, I'm talking about the men and the women. Lemonettes. The army of the lemonettes. All right. This is to help them out, because they, are not in touch with reality. Lemon is not a actor. Lemon is not a content creator. Lemon is a manipulator. A lot of these people right now, these plays and stuff, they're not content creators. They're manipulators. There's a difference between content creators and manipulators. Now, if you have a weak mind or you're not so intelligent, you're falling for all of it. And that's when you see the army of lemonettes and all of these people. They're falling for a lot of this stuff. And that's what's so sad to me. We don't have a lot of critical thinkers. We don't have a lot of free thinkers. We don't have a lot of I don't want to say that word. I don't want to be like people calling people bums and dummies and stuff on pen. No, because I'm for my people. I want my people to do better, and that's why I'm doing this. But keep in mind, he started the TRX thing by exposing the fact that, they talk offline. And it amazes me that I saw Binary over there. And of course, I know he's always biased when it comes to Lemon. You know why? because he needs access. Lemon, he needs access to the B. They still need that access. They still ain't in there. They still need Lemon in place. We see it because but here's the reality. Y'all are never gonna get where y'all want to get. We see y'all a long way. We sitting there letting y'all tinker and play with yourselves because y'all think all of us are not intelligent. Y'all don't even know the real B sector. Y'all don't know half of the people in the B sector. A B sector, because first of all, the people that are, that y'all see are either B sector subscribers or, like they're barely in the B sector. Lemon was questioned, with the TRX thing. He didn't know half that history. Pizza had to go up there and tell, and this ain't even old history. I mean, this ain't even B sector history. This history since the pandemic, he didn't even know. When it came to ODS, when it came to how all these people fit together. And that's how stuff gets started. To be on his panel, he let these people up, and then boom. But then it's like, why not? Because that is B sector content. But it seems like every time we get around to some B sector content, they want to stop it because they want to be in control. They want to be in control of the money, which is sad. Oh my God, how you taking from your own people? Just as bad as the hotel hustlers and stuff taken from your own people. When you got AdSense, y'all don't want that though. Y'all just don't want. Y'all want what other people got. Y'all want what other people have. Y'all want to take. Y'all want to make somebody stop somebody else from elevating, or either bring somebody down up under you. But at any rate, yeah, the self-admitted narcissist Lemon has always disrespected the community. He disrespected, like us lesbians all the time. And first he brings you in, just like same deal that he did to TRX, he does with everybody. He brings you in, love bombs you stuff, make you feel like you cool. Typical narcissistic move. Then when he feels like he's real comfortable and he got you, then the next thing you know, boom. That's what he did to me. Everybody like, what happened? What happened? What happened? And then, like he doesn't care for women. That's what happened with the male Pandora thing. It wasn't nothing about races. It was Izzy sent that over because Izzy is MAGA. Those people over there in the panelverse, Flow State, all of them, they are MAGA. They're MAGA conservatives. They don't like y'all. They just only came in here to use, take, and destroy what you have. And Lemon let them in. And then the most liberal out of them, Mel, they want to discard her. Mel is the most liberal out of them. She ain't she like Woodstock. She like a hippie, basically. But he also does not like women. Everything the beef sector stands for, he disrespects women. So I'm just looking at the B sector like, how y'all let this happen? Then most of the people that are the Lemonade Army are not B sector. And then they only have a few of the B sector over there riding along with them. And these are second string, third generation type of B sector people. So it's like, that's why we're like, go ahead, y'all go ahead and rename yourself, name yourself. So Beef Sector will eventually get back to what we're doing. We'll eventually get back to doing content, but we don't want to do content. And anytime because we're not going to be used by other people for their monetary gain, and we're not getting no money for content. You a bunch of men making content degrading content out of women in the LGBTQIA community. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. People are not up to be used. Nope. I'm glad that YouTube has guidelines, and that's why they cry. Why y'all flagging? Why y'all flagging? But it's your right to flag because they don't have the right to just use you as content. Flag, sue, defamation, all of that. They don't have the right to do that. Who are you? Then they try to mind manipulate you. Like I said, Lemon and most of these people are not content creators, they're manipulators. And I think that's all I got to say, but he's lying. And I don't think that Lemon is 100% straight. I know he doesn't. You could just tell the chemistry. The way he moves shows that he doesn't care for women. Like I could tell a person that's attracted to women, and he's not one. So y'all can stop fooling yourself. Y'all can stop trying to be pick me's. Y'all can stop running around. This just shows me, like a lot of people, they chase after what they can't have. And that's what you got, a bunch of people, and they working hard, they sweating for people that they are absolutely never going to meet, absolutely never going to have, absolutely don't care one lick of dime, and absolutely wants to use you. They enjoy seeing you used. They enjoy seeing you abused. They enjoy all of it. Y'all running around here like looking crazy. But at any rate, that's all I had to say. It's just sad what I've been seeing. And it does remind me, it's a correlation, it's a micro macro of the Carmela Anthony thing and this situation surrounded with the MAGA Black Republicans, conservatives, the TPUSA and all of that. It's a micro, and a lot of y'all are a part of that because y'all think that makes you important when it makes you really look stupid. Like I said, the leader, Nick Fluentes or whatever, Fluentes, whatever his name is, uh, you know, um, and I don't know how y'all gonna be following Charlie Kirk. May he rest in peace or whatever. But Charlie Kirk, y'all heard what Charlie Kirk said? Y'all hear what these people saying? They saying it in your face. They are saying it in your face. Samuel L. Jackson type people from the movie Django. They're saying it in your face. But at any rate, I'm about to get out of here. Like I said, that was real quick. I got a lot of things that I got to do. I need to do. And I just want to just express myself, speak the peace, put it out. But at any rate, peace, love, hair grease, and all that good stuff. Smash that like, share, and subscribe if you haven't. But until next time, it is me, unapologetically QI, unapologetically expressing myself, unapologetically thinking for myself, unapologetically loving freedom, the freedom to be me, the freedom to do whatever I feel that is the right thing to do so long as I'm not hurting another. And I'm unapologetically exiting the building. Peace.